Hey, RetconRaider here, with special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Dragon Matrix 7, Mathew Smith, Revenant, Alois, Erie V23, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Nathan Welch Jr., RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, as our scouting about continues. Though you may notice some slight changes. They're subtle, but they're there. For example, we've temporarily dropped our Elven Arsonist and picked up a finicky fox in her place. And that's because in looking at the locations we were likely to hit today, I realized a lot of them are puzzle locations, which I think are tied to Nenio. So I wanted to have her along just in case. I haven't leveled her up or anything. She's still level 8 or 9. She's not here for combat support. She's just here to be Nenio. But I should also note, I was just going to teleport back and forth, but when I went to check Treasonholm, which I could have sworn I upgraded and started building a teleportation circle at, there was nothing there. So I either forgot to do that or it was a bug. And I'm leaning bug because I'm getting some weird UI glitches, but regardless, we don't have a teleporter, so I had to manually walk back and forth, which brings us to now, when this happened. So I guess we will investigate. I do think I know what this is, but we'll find out for sure in just a second. Oh, yep, there he is. Okay. Let me get my reverb effect ready. You are surrounded by a lonely, empty landscape. In front of you, a solitary figure stares into the fire. The flames illuminate his ghostly form, but his features are concealed beneath a mask. You hear the muffled wail of the wind in the distance, like a child crying for its mother. Well, would you look at that? An adventurer has arrived. The figure's face is hidden beneath the mask, but he sounds friendly, although you detect a note of sadness in his voice. When he speaks again, however, his tone is cold and emotionless, as if reciting a text he memorized long ago. You are searching for ancient knowledge, but the path to the heart of mystery can only be revealed to the one most worthy. However, all it takes are a few small steps to set you on the path of discovery. So put yourself to the test. Answer my questions with the knowledge you possess, and prove that you are worthy of possessing far greater knowledge. Well, that all sounds very appealing, but, I'm sorry, who are you? It does not matter. I am not the answer. I am not the question. I am simply the one who asks the question. Interesting. See, this is why I wanted Nenio along, because that very much sounds like a reference to the weird cult of the question or the answer or whatever they're called. The ones that she's been following around. You said something about the Heart of Mystery? Are we talking a literal heart, or... It is a hidden sanctuary of knowledge, where the secrets of creation will be revealed to the one most worthy. The masked figure's voice is flat and lifeless. The Heart of Mystery will only open to the one most worthy. Secret knowledge must be earned. Will you walk this path to the end? Will you become the first among many? It really depends on what kind of questions you're asking me, and why. This is a test. Anyone who wishes to learn the secrets of creation must first prove their thirst for knowledge. You will be rewarded if you answer correctly, but do not be afraid to give a wrong answer. These questions are simply one of many tests. I will show you the way to the others. That is my duty. It is why I am here. Very well, Spectre of the Past. Ask your questions, and I will answer. The first question is not intended to be difficult. The ghostly figure gestures with his hand, and a leaf appears. He holds it out to you, and you notice that it is almost as big as the palm of his hand. The leaf appears fresh and vibrant. Tell me, to which tree does this leaf belong? You recognize the leaf immediately. It comes from the Liponia tree. There is no mistaking its distinctive shape and color. The Liponia tree is native to Sovirian, the magical and mysterious homeworld of the elves. Oh yeah, that's from the Liponia tree. Not exactly local. All it takes is a little knowledge to begin your journey. By answering this question correctly, you have taken the next step towards acquiring great knowledge. The heart of mystery is now open to you. Solve its riddle, and you can continue forward. The secrets of creation will be revealed to the one most worthy. Do not give up your search. A strange, melodious sound fills the air. The ghost stands up hastily. I've been released. The demonic spell is gone. The ghost's voice has changed. His tone is no longer cold and emotionless. Also, we got scrolls. Listen to me, adventurer. I am a dead man forced to keep an eternal watch. I am a spirit bound by a spell. Magic forces me to say all this nonsense about knowledge and rewards, and it also prevents me from telling you who condemned me to this fate, or what happens within the heart of mystery. However, there are other things that I can tell you. You'll have to hurry, though. I only have time to answer a single question before the spell sends me back to the oblivion. Alright, I've got a question for you. This is pretty obviously a trap, so, if the goal is to just lure people in, then why all the riddles? Why all the puzzles? Why not make it easier for people to walk into this obvious trap? I can't answer that question. I am forced to be a part of this, but I do not know the purpose of my enslavement. The power that binds me also wants adventurers to solve riddles. That is all I know. I am supposed to tell adventurers that my questions are a test, to see if they are worthy. In reality, however, they are nothing more than bait. They are meant to lure adventurers to the reward that awaits them, in the heart of mystery. The ghost barely manages to finish his sentence. A sudden burst of magical energy surges through his body, and he disappears with a scream. Interesting. And nothing from you, Nenio? You are uncharacteristically silent through that entire exchange. Normally you'd be chomping at the bit for the secrets of the universe and all that jazz. I am disappointed. There were some pretty intriguing takeaways there, though. I mean, for one thing, the figure was masked. Again, a potential connection to the cult. Though the cult certainly, by no means, has a monopoly on masks. There was the whole line about questions and answers that feels pretty telling, but again, could just be a coincidence. We'll see if we can maybe find something a bit more concrete when we hit the next couple of puzzle sites. That last bit where he seemingly regained lucidity was interesting too, because although informative, it really kind of played as another layer of bait for more altruistic or curious adventurers. And it worked, because we are indeed going to investigate further. That said, you'll notice that we're not too far from where we were last time. We're right here north of the core of the riddle. And we're essentially just going to be following the gray road here, filling in the gaps, checking out these various locations along our path, which does include 2 puzzle sites. And I guess if we have time left, we'll loop around, we'll head all the way down here past Terendalev's lair, and check out the actual Heart of Mystery, maybe even some of these other locations down here. But that will really be dependent on how quickly our corruption builds. Onward, my friends. Adventure awaits. Core of the Riddle. Ancient ruins that Sarkris inherited from the unknown builders of the Earthfall times. The Sarkorians dubbed this place the Core of the Riddle. Scattered all over the walls of the ruins are numerous pressure plates, buttons, and levers, the purpose of which one can only guess. I mean, I feel like we already covered that. The purpose is bait. This whole thing is an elaborate trap. Also, Nenio is exhausted. Good to have you back, Nenio.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
That buys us some time. There's our entrance. And blue outlines. We have blue tiles, so I think we can actually do this one. Yeah, we've currently got blue and green tiles. We've also got a lot of pseudo-Egyptian imagery here, which apparently is an actual, like, mythos that exists in Pathfinder, I guess? Because, I mean, we saw worshippers of Bastet, which really does raise some questions about this place, these puzzles in general. Anyway, just like with the last puzzle, let's hit the pause button real quick. I'll get this thing solved, and we'll be right back. And we're back. This one actually wasn't that bad. Maybe 15-20 minutes. I just figured there was no point in really wasting that much screen time watching me shuffle tiles around. But let's see what that gets us. Cool, cool. That's like 21 gold worth of loot. Sorted potions. Oh. Wow. Well, we got a star knife. Okay. A +3 star knife. That's some decent sales fodder. And more of the storyteller's notes. Once again, inexplicably sealed inside some sort of puzzle vault. Which actually does bring up a separate question of whether this is all related to what's going on with him. Because again, we have a cult of people with an insatiable thirst for knowledge apparently becoming lobotomized and then wandering the world in masks and robes, repeating the same mantra about questions and answers. Perhaps the storyteller also fell prey to this same trap, but has somewhat recovered in that he's lucid again. But once again, I guess following maybe the same cyclical pattern. Once again, seeking the knowledge that may have rendered him insensate in the first place. Pure speculation, of course, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. It would be very interesting, though, if all of these seemingly disparate story threads ended up tying together. I do like it when that sort of thing happens. Also, still no chatter from Hey Nanny Nenio. Remains of a disgusting feast. Gnawed bones, scraps of torn skin, and pieces of burnt flesh lie on the ground. What feasted on this prey and who the victim was remains unclear. There's our way into the Ivory Sanctum. And that's the Drakes? Yeah, that's the Drake army. Which reminds me, let's shuffle our armies. How do we get to this fort? I would like to free that up for building. Not that way. Maybe that's just one we can't get to yet. We'll stick to the original plan. And this one should be easy. That's one fly swarm down. And that's pretty much the other. Zombies will take at least 3 rounds to get to us. Which gives us plenty of time to whittle them down. Moving up. And we're done. Like I said, easy. Crusaders closely examined the remains of the miners' caravan that ventured too far north in its reckless search for profit. They collected a lot of rare and expensive wares, but were never to return to their homeland. Well, that is very unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for us. I'd say that about balances out. Now we've got reinforcements to tag in. Let me take care of that real quick. Wow, okay. I was really hoping that would bump us up to 9, but fair enough. Once we get the main legion there up to 10, we can just roll over those drakes. No risk of casualties. But apparently that will take a much larger number of reinforcements. In the commander we trust. Swindlers have started a rumor that the commander is a saint, and gullible soldiers are now buying their charms that allegedly contain his hair, cut nails, and other holy relics. Gosh, I can't imagine where they might have gotten that idea. Not like I've leaned into it or anything. Buy a cloak. Support the Crusade. That has to be a Waldjif option. But yes, we will absolutely take that one. Can't let the one-horned devil take all the profit. That's my likeness he's using. Waldjif will arrange the manufacturing of Crusader merchandise and goods with the commander's image. Soldiers and common Mendevians alike will be eager to buy all of it, from Lucky Charms to travel mugs. Fantastic. Though, I just realized I forgot to actually see what that does, but I imagine it brings in more finances. And hey, there's our final military upgrade for Act 3. There's more in Act 5, apparently, but we are nowhere near that. Oh, and there was another thing. Right. Lan wants to talk. That makes sense. He did outright tell us he would come report to us in a week about the whole tribal chief thing. And on we go. Oh. Or this. This is looking somewhat familiar. Come on, Nenny. Oh, and there he is. Ghost Bro. What's up, buddy? A familiar ghostly figure rises to greet you. We meet again. I will ask you a question. Ask me your question, and I will answer. The second question is more complex, and therefore the answer will be more difficult. I will share a memory with you, and you must tell me what you see. For a moment, the world around you ceases to exist. Instead, you find yourself surrounded by a thin, delicate mist. A green light ripples through the mist, illuminating the silhouettes of people, buildings, hills, ocean waves, animals, and trees. You see them briefly as they take shape, but they vanish almost as quickly as they appear. But there is something else with you in the mist. Something that doesn't disappear. Menacing, elongated shadows rush toward you from all sides. And then the vision fades, the image flickering out of existence. The answer is simple. The visions showed you the ethereal plane. You saw astrodemons hunting down souls that were trying to reach Pharasma's court. Oh, sure, yeah, that was just like astrodemons doing their thing on the ethereal plane. All it takes is a little knowledge to begin your journey. By answering this question correctly, you have taken the next step towards acquiring great knowledge. The legacy of the ancients is now open to you. Solve its riddle, and you can continue forward. The secrets of creation will be revealed to the one most worthy. Do not give up your search. That's the same exact spiel he gave us last time. After you give your answer, you hear a strange noise, like the ringing of a bell. The sound reverberates through the air. My time is almost at an end. Quick, ask me a question before the spell takes effect. Yeah, is there anything I can do to help you with this whole thing? I will remain bound to the Heart of Mystery until someone solves its secret. When that happens, I will be given my freedom, and then I can rest in peace. But so far, no one has been able to accomplish such a feat. And there are many who have tried. So many. The ghost barely manages to finish a sentence. A sudden burst of magical energy surges through his body, and he disappears with a scream. Pretty creepy. But once again, some interesting takeaways there. Most notably, the bit where he shared a memory, which made the world around us vanish. That is very similar to what happened when we touched those statues back in the Nameless Ruins. Also, still no chatter from Nenio. I am starting to feel a bit silly for going out of my way to bring her along. Makeshift lab. A few beakers rest here on a flat rock, while a rusty makeshift wire rack for a crucible lies half buried in cold cinders. Few clues remain regarding the identity of the alchemist or their work, but they have left behind some of their materials. Oh, and exhausted. So you know what? Let's get some rest before we do anything else. Which does bring us to one of the main problems we have traveling with Nenio. Ember is our main on religion, so Nenio is tagging in for her. Not super well, but better than nothing. We'll have Woljif assist her, I guess, as comical as that might seem. We only need a 15 or higher, so odds are still in our favor. Fingers crossed.
It must be quite a diverting game to think of yourself as good, right, Urushalei? And the most delicious part is that it's all just pretend. At any moment, you can slip back into your role of hunter and killer.
You see everything as a game. But my decision to change means everything to me, more than life itself.
And of course we rolled a natural 1. Glad to have you along, Nenio. Okay, so we've got maybe one more rest out here before we have to head back. That'll at least get us out to the Petrified Traveler. Hey, halfway done with our new relic. And we now have a war council waiting for us back in Dresden. And I believe we want padded armor on this one. That's for a set of armor that'll give us +2 on dexterity. Skilled armorers turned the solid web of the first retriever into padded armor. They applied it layer by layer, then quilted with steel thread. And it does appear that merchandising the Crusade bumps our finances. Only by 20, but that does add up. We'll have to wait a day for the next part of the Retriever project to pop up. We'll leave that slot empty for now. Agaboya continues her advance. That's odd. It looks like that's supposed to be a secondary way down to Canabris, but it's not actually connected. Come on, guys. I mean, I know it's just rice and eyeballs, but we could still use it. Hey, and we finally get some combat. Lovely. You know what? I'm going to take that back, because I believe you just level drained half the party. Which I do not appreciate. Cool, cool. A quarter of the party's now held. Maybe swapping Vex over to that skinned cloak was a bad idea. It's fine. We've got this.
Retreat is not an option.
Thanks, Nenio. Actually, you know what? That's on me. I should have leveled you up. And we're good. Except for the level drains.
The world's not ending just yet.
Which we will take care of now. Oof, this is going to take a minute. Pretty much exactly half the party got dinged by that aura on round 1. Well, on the bright side, we have no shortage of diamond dust, so no real worries there. And good as new. Onward, my friends. Legacy of the Ancients. Pretty much the same exact thing that other place was, but with a different name. Oh, pretty. I like the water effect. That is also pretty, but in a slightly different way. There's our entrance. Let's just make sure we don't have any other loot hiding around here somewhere. corpse lying in peaceful repose next to a cold campfire and a bottle of wine. I mean, I guess that is a preferable way to go out in the Worldwound. No mask. Or I might have suggested that was the origin of our ghostly friend. More likely, it's just another hapless explorer drawn here by the lure of riddles and riches. Alright, let's check out this puzzle. Oh, demon blood. I think we need that for that ring. No, that might have been cold iron. Shoot. Oh, and purple tiles. Well, crud, we don't have those. So I guess we can't actually do this puzzle yet. That is very disappointing. I imagine they would have put solvable puzzles in the regions where we found the appropriate tiles, but I guess we'll have to keep looking. Actually, we haven't done the Ivory Sanctum. That's the most obvious hiding place. So maybe that's where we'll find the purple tiles. Helpful, why are you going so slow? No discernible reason. Got it. Alright, let's go hit the Petrified Traveler, and then we'll see how we're doing on fatigue. So where do we use these, then? You know what? Maybe we will make a run for the Heart of the Mystery. It is a bit of a ways out, but I think if we exhaust ourselves, we can make it without being corrupted. Bones in a pool of mud. Come on. Petrified Traveler. This statue was once a walking person, but is now nothing but lifeless stone. While its clothes have rotted into rags, an undamaged backpack lies at the statue's feet. Wait, so it petrified the person, but not the things he was wearing? Huh. I mean, I guess that makes more sense, but classically, that's just not the way you usually see it portrayed. Okay, so we're not fatigued. I think we can actually make a run for the heart. Especially since we're still hopped up on cheese crostata. We've got events in the queue. And I think we still need to move our armies too. Agaboya's right over here. Yeah, let's push her south. And we'll see if we can knock out that rank 9 army. I am less certain about the rank 10s. We have 2 stacks of headhunters. Those are priority targets. That's one. And that's two. That's the champs. We're good. Very nice. 49 people in the burn ward, but a small price to pay. A gang of demons and their henchmen, ensconced in mud swamps, has been destroyed. For many years, they've lured small Crusader units here and drowned them in the treacherous, stagnant waters. The soldiers fish out all the drowned they can in order to bury them. Upon the corpses, they find some rather valuable trophies. Claws of the Sacred Beast. These gloves have claws that deal 1d8 slashing on an unarmed attack. If the enemy is evil, they deal 2d6 damage instead. They also grant a +1 enhancement bonus on attack and damage. Very nice. I mean, if we had unarmed characters. Wait, do animal companions count as unarmed? Can we give these gloves? Oh my goodness. So wait, does this augment his attacks, or would it actually completely override them? Because we don't want to give up Tripping Bite, but if we could swap out his normal claw damage for 2d6 plus 12 versus evil, that would be pretty fantastic. Okay, not quite the result I was expecting. It does mess with his bite damage, but it's just the +1. It's not actually replacing the die type. Let's keep those on for a while. I'd like to run some tests, see how that actually functions in combat. Hey, and there's our second fort upgrade. Or possibly our first, I'm not sure. Wrath has me questioning my sanity. But yes, we will make immediate use of this on screen, so you know I actually did it this time. And I am thinking we'll pick Treason Home, because that will give us a quick route back to Ivory Sanctum when we're ready to actually hit it. The next one will go out towards Canabras, so we have a quick way back there as well. Okay, let's do a market. That's an easy boost to finances. We'll tuck it in a corner, so we have room to build recruitment stations around the central node. And then a teleporter circle. That'll go up in the top right. I have to reconfigure some things here, but I'll take care of that off screen. This at least covers our basics. And we'll get this going. Oh, and logistics upgrade. Fantastic. I think this actually maxes all our kingdom stats for Act 3. Not the most action-packed episode, but we are getting a fair amount of stuff done. Oh, that one's iffy. I wish I could figure out how to get to that fort there. That might actually be the road next to the Heart of Mystery. So that's even more reason to go check that out. And yet more events in our queue. Okay. Right, logistics, that makes sense. And the arrival of Yeager and Kell. I remember him. That was Regel's sidekick. You know, I kind of just figured Regel's whole retinue, Yeager included, was already lurking around Dresden. I wonder what's up with that. Goodness, so at this point we have like 5 events waiting for us back in Dresden. Also, we're fighting. Giant. 3 giants? That's not bad.
Can't you just die already?
Thank you, Waljeff. Thank you, Regel and or Zorm. Thank you, Nenio. Hey, well, alright then. Okay, let's see here. Kaz, did you get a swipe in? You did. It was still considered a bite, and it did replace the dice. Interesting. Obviously, he was already prone, so we don't know if it still prompts a trip attempt. But otherwise, those are very good signs. Oh, Nenio. Always exhausted, that one. And here I thought foxes were supposed to be swift. Also, they're supposed to say things. There was a whole song about that. Fine, we'll rest. Bunch of babies. Can't force march for 2 days straight through hazardous magical terrain without getting exhausted.
I cannot help but think that everything happening right now will one day end up in the history books. And under the stern gaze of the schoolmaster, little Mendevians will read, "On such and such a day, the heroes stopped to camp here and there." And the little blighters will be thoroughly bored, and so they will begin doodling in the margins. And the only picture of yours truly in the book will be adorned with a mustache. So much for the rewards of heroism.
Well, what can I say? Time gives mustaches to us all. And another one. Another natural one on our protective rituals. But hey, it keeps us right. It keeps us right below corrupted, so I can't complain. We're going to teleport back after this anyway. Also, we are past time, and I really need to wrap this up, but I want to check this out first. Oh, Agaboya. Alright, let's give this place a gander. Mount up.
You require my counsel? Wise.
Oh, look at that. That is slightly fancier than the entrances to the other puzzles. Oh, tiles. No! You lured me in with a fancy coffer. It had promise of riches. Not this random garbage. A pox on thee, puzzle builder. Oh, hey. Darkness mask. A mysterious white mask with the inscription, "I am the darkness." That is definitely one of the answers for Nenio's riddle quest. So that does seem to concretely tie these puzzle rooms with Nenio's thing. Hey, and it's Ghost Bro. What's up, buddy? The heart of mystery will open only to the one who is most worthy. Secret knowledge must be earned. Can you reach the end? Will you become first amongst many? A translucent figure appears out of thin air. His voice is monotonous and indifferent, and his face is hidden behind a mask. Yes, 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 yes! I can! I will! Nenio! The secrets of creation lie before you, behind this keyhole. The key is in your hands. But to open the door to the secrets beyond, you will have to solve 5 puzzles. Bring forth your hardest puzzle now! 4 out of 5 you will find far away from here. Search, seek, and observe to reveal what is hidden. Reach the core of the riddle. Touch the forgotten secrets, acquire the legacy of the ancients, and pierce the final veil. Bring the key you hold there, and solve the puzzles. And then, return here to the heart of mystery, and face the final challenge. If you succeed, you will prove that you are the worthiest of all mortals. The secrets of the universe will be revealed to you, and you will know the meaning of everything that exists. You will see the past and present, and even the future will not escape your piercing gaze. You will become the universe. Nenio looks at you impatiently, blinking rapidly and rubbing her nose. If it's not clear from my body language and animated facial expressions, I'm ready to start immediately. Right, of course you are. So, hold on. I would become the universe and know the past and the present and the future, and this all seems like a bit much. The translucent figure remains silent. Hey, can you hear me? We've talked before. I know you can hear me. You must complete 5 puzzles. 4 of them will be found far from here. Solve them. Then return here to the heart of mystery and face the final challenge. Hey, are you the same ghost I met back in the Nameless Ruins? I think that one gave me pretty much the same spiel. Final challenge, only the worthiest first amongst many 5 puzzles. You'll become the universe. Oh, it's broken. It always happens every time things start to get interesting. the translucent figure vanishes into thin air. Which I suppose is better than surging with energy and screaming out of existence. Oh wow, and we definitely do not have tiles for this one. Those are weird, like, three-slot tiles. But we do have teleportals. Interesting. And, of course, more of the storyteller's notes. This really feels like more than just a coincidence. We found his notes in every single puzzle location so far. And these are portals to the puzzles we've already solved. No, wait. Puzzles we've visited. Because we didn't solve Legacy of the Ancients. That's the one we didn't have tiles for. We need purple tiles for that one. So every time we visit one of these puzzle locations, we open up a portal here that would let us teleport back and forth between them. Interesting. Which kind of makes this like a magic subway, I guess? In theory, we could use this as a rapid transit between this location and the increasingly distant puzzle, since we still have two we haven't found yet. That could be very useful. Especially since we have the Tower of Yath right outside. It's like half a mile northeast of this location. So yeah, we definitely need to get that upgraded into a bastion. And then we can get a teleporter set up there, and we can teleport from Dresden to Yath. And then head over here and teleport to another puzzle for a rapid transit. Wow, okay. That, you know what? Again, not the most action-packed episode, but there is a lot of interesting information and some very useful resources we've uncovered during this trek. I'm a bit bummed that Nenio wasn't particularly loquacious. But, you know, at least he said some stuff there towards the end. And I guess a little bit of Nenio is better than too much Nenio. Man, now I feel a bit silly about not upgrading the Tower of Yath first. Treason seemed more convenient, but we could have actually used the Heart of Mystery to rapid transit to the Ivory Sanctum. And I guess we don't get a teleportal to Conundrum Unsolved, which is a shame, because that would put us right near Canabras and Chili Creek. I may go back a little and change which outpost I upgraded. Anyway, that's off-screen stuff, so we will hit the pause button for now. I'll tend to the various off-screen bookkeeping and whatnot, and we will pick up here next time, as we head back for Dresden for what appears to be a command room episode. I believe we have 5 encounters waiting for us, but some of them should be pretty interesting. And I believe at least 1 or 2 of them should open up some new quests for us. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon, the YouTube memberships, or the new Nexus GG page. Links are in the description.
And the most delicious part is that it's all just pretend.